Hi everybody, this is Rose of Sharon and I'm back again with another movie review. I just recently was able to see John Wick 3, and with the way that they actually left the third chapter of John Wick, it leaves it open immediately for a fourth, and I'm hoping that they don't drag it on too long, because there were moments within this one. I mean, I love the third one. The second one, it was good, but there were parts of the second one that actually drug on a little bit too long for me. And I do love action adventure films that are within the same ilk as John Wick is, because I'm really big into martial arts and just close combat like that. And it's always just absolutely fantastic to see. And it has inferences to the first film, and it kind of makes fun of itself in a way, and it's really quite amusing, but it won't make sense unless you've seen the entire saga, because it ties everything together, answers some questions, lets you know how corrupt the high table really is, and the hour. And you think, oh Lord, who can be trusted? Just like the second film. I mean, I had a feeling within the second film, and the way that this world was being set up, I thought, yeah, this is definitely an organization, like any government organization, that cannot be trusted. So what else is new? But still, it's a compelling story. And one thing I really loved about it was just the different lighting, the different scenery that was involved. It took upon both a steampunk feel as well as a cyberpunk feel, which I thought was really quite innovative, especially with a lot of the combat scenes in the end, the close gunplay. And I thought, ooh, I mean, this kind of movie is right up my alley, and I'm all about films like this, because it's such an art form to see all that and notice the lighting and architecture, and you think, yeah, there was a good cinematographer involved when making this movie. The movie itself, I have to give 4 out of 5. I can't give 5.2 because there's some things that are cliched about it. There's some things that make you kind of suspend your disbelief, and it doesn't follow with logic, but it's a movie, so I'm going to give it a little bit of freedom, creatively speaking. Despite that, it is a work of art. 2 thumbs up. I love Keanu. I've loved Keanu since I first saw him. He really made his mark in the Matrix trilogy, and I've heard things. I'm really hoping. I know there's some people that they didn't really like I love the whole trilogy. I love everything. Even I actually prefer the animated. The Animatrix is actually my favorite because I love animation, but go figure. I do appreciate the artistry of live action films as well, and this plays a lot like a live action comic book, which like it's got that same kind of feel as Sin City does, and it's executed phenomenally well, and Keanu just, you can see why these movies jump started his career again, because for a while he was floundering, and I thought, I really like Keanu. I hadn't heard from him. I see John Wick, I'm like, oh God, I'm in love. And I think, oh, he's such a badass. I love him. And it's the same thing. Like, I'm really into 007. If you know me well, then you know I'm a 007 fanatic. I'm excited about next year due to Never Die, or whatever it's called, or Die, Never Die, something like No One Ever Dies. I forget what it's called. It has a really odd name, but it's from what I read, it's supposed to be the last one with Daniel Craig. I like Daniel Craig. But it'll be interesting to see what they do with the franchise now with John Wick the third chapter. There will be a fourth. I'm fairly sure of that, just because of the way they leave this one. And I'm not going to say what they do or why, because that would be divulging plot. And I'm not the type of person to give away any secrets. I keep everything mum. if you're a fan of the franchise, see it, because there's a moment within it that just is absolutely hysterical between Baba Yaga and another character. So yeah, it's quite amusing, and as a fan, you think it's kind of a breaking the fourth wall moment. I personally thought it was breaking the fourth wall moment, but maybe that's just me. It made me giggle. That's all I got to say about John Wick, third chapter. So until next time, live long, prosper. Ciao, Tootsie.